Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, and greetings to everyone in the different time zones across the globe. This is Sunday evening in India, 8 p.m., and we are with us the special program with our NRIs brothers and sisters. And in this particular webinar, from few weeks, we have started pre-event discussions with NRIs and corporates. Now, what is this pre-event discussion all about? So, event that is coming up of ICSI is the annual North India Pravasi Divas and Investors Meet along with Expo. And it is scheduled on Saturday, Sunday, 13th and 14th January 2024. That is next year in the month of January. And the venue is Chandigarh. And in this, all the North Indian states, Ladakh, Jammu Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana, Delhi, Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, and Chandigarh is participating. And the theme is basically investments in service industry and investment opportunities in services in the North Indian states. Now, every week we discuss some or the other aspect of this particular event. And then we take the suggestions from our experts, from the NRIs. And we have today also with us Shri Surya Vijay Sastri Kotamarti ji and Mr. Vikas Malhotra ji from Canada. And before we just go to them and just share a few views about the event from them, let's just see what new aspect of this event we need to discuss for today. So quickly, I'm sharing my slides and then we're going to our experts. So this is an event conducted by, being organized by ICSI, International Chamber for Service Industry. And as I told, this is not just a convention, but also an investor meet to take your business to the next level, and the business in particular investment opportunities in North Indian part of North India basically. So now let's just understand the objective. So basically showcase the investment potential, as I told, and the investment opportunities by corporates and NRIs. And when we talk about corporates, so both Indian and foreigners and NRIs and other foreign investors. So facilitate meaningful interaction with the banks and financial institutes, encourage collaboration, joint ventures, highlight the policy reforms by the North Indian states, and provide a sense of cultural heritage back to the country, the tourism, and a basic touch point with Indian abroad and Indian within the country. So kind of a situation or scenario or place where we all meet and get together happen, where we all interact. There will be business and a cultural aspect of this particular thing. Now, to discuss, I just want to tell you how we have framed the two-day event. So day one, it is going to start at 9:30 with registration and networking with welcome tea. And then the inaugural session is at 10:30. And this day one is basically 13th of January. So 10:30 inaugural. And in that, there will be an address by a chief guest, a welcoming address. Then we have kept plenary sessions, in which plenary session 1, investment destination, North India, and presentation on investment opportunities in North Indian states and union territories, interaction with potential investors. This is all about the session 1. And then it will be followed by networking lunch. And after that, there will be plenary session 2. So in one, we have talked about the investors, investment opportunities. The second session will be of government initiatives and incentives, and in that all the North Indian states government official representatives will share their investment priorities and opportunities within their premises. Plenary session 3 is about banking and financial institutions, initiatives for NRIs and potential investors. So then this will be for 1.5 hours, and like 5:30 we'll have the closing remarks for the day. And because on 13th January in India we celebrate Lohri, in the evening we have organized one cultural evening, Lohri celebrations, along with business networking dinner and awards and recognitions. So this is basically the plan out for day one, in which we have the interactions with investors, potential investors, government, and banking and financial people. So this is something very interesting as far as investment opportunities and tapping the potential clients is concerned. Then comes the day 2, that is Sunday, 14th of January. So the day starts at 10 a.m. That day, welcome session by the chief guest for the day. And then we have a round of presentation and discussions. Now, what presentations and discussions? So presentation and discussions on the potential areas for investment, because first day when they have the discussions and NRIs and investors will meet. So there will be actually discussing that what all opportunities are there, along with the government presentations, government officials presentations will be there. So these are the areas for the potential investment. Now, this we have listed, but this is not like this is only, it has a scope for more, and it has a scope for more sectors to be included. But as of how we have selected a good amount of services, manufacturing, agriculture, and what all opportunities we see in the North Indian part. So these are the things, but they are not limited. So it includes education, innovation, skills, technology, AI, which is the prime focus. Then health, wellness sectors, medical tourism, IT, ITES, telecom and communication, tourism, hospitality and aviation, and entertainment industry, multimedia, animations and gaming, cinematic, film tourism, innovative agriculture practices, agro industry, food processing, animal husbandry, dairy and fisheries, automation in manufacturing, heavy engineering, then electronic systems, automobiles and light engineering. We also have listed pharmaceuticals, supply chain and logistics, water management, waste to resource management, horticulture and post-harvest management, hydro and renewable energy, housing and urban development, textile and apparels, handlooms, handicrafts, MSME and startups, real estate and construction, retail and e-commerce, and very interesting upcoming drones and cybersecurity. So these are the areas on which the potential areas for investment, on which we will hold presentation and discussions. And again, I'm saying this is not limited. It can be have more and more things, and there can be some changes, there can be some addition. So, but the scope is very much as far as investment opportunities in North India part of our country is concerned. After these presentation will, because these are lot many sectors, and the presentation and discussions will be throughout the day. So in between there will be some breaks, obviously, like tea and coffee break and lunch break, and then the presentation will continue. Then we will be holding, so these presentations will last till 4:30, and at 4:30 there will be special session on cybersecurity, emerging trends and challenges, because this is something very, very important area and a very important scope as far as investment is concerned and the growth is concerned, development is concerned, and also banking and finance sector. And the day ends with the closing session at 5:30, along with awards, honors, and recognitions. So we are believing and we are very much hopeful that these 2 days will be giving lot many opportunities for all those associated into this field with this thing. And they have not only opportunity for networking, they have opportunities for getting investment, and also those who are willing to invest in really worth investing projects. So these are the schedule. This is the schedule for 2 days. And our event chairman, we have divided the chairmanship into 2 parts. One is the Indian chairmanship, and other one is chairmanship for NRIs and overseas. And we are very happy and we are very delighted and honored that this chairmanship for the convention for NRIs and overseas is being taken care by CPA Surya Vijay Sastri Kotamarti sir, which is also with us today. He's present in the webinar, and shortly we'll be discussing with him also. We'll have his views. And Indian chairmanship will be taken care by Shri Ravindranath ji. He's a former CMD NSIC and also the advisor with ICSI. He's the former CMD NSIC in Ministry of MSME, Government of India. He is handling the Indian affairs as a chairman for the convention. So this is the brief information, some additional information. As last week, we have discussed about the venue, and today we have discussed about the program, entire program, and we will be looking for more things like this in the coming weeks, which we can present to you, which we can bring to you, and then we can discuss with our experts. So this is what the entire focus of pre-discussion meetings for the event. So as I've told, this all will be happening at Mount View, Chandigarh, City Beautiful. So with this, whatever your mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. And this is our webinar, and we are pleased that we have completed 2076 webinars. All your support, your affection. So keep watching that, keep subscribing, keep liking, and keep sharing. And I'm straight away going to my experts and just taking the views onto the event about it. So a very good evening, warm welcome to Shri Surya Vijay Sastri Kotamarti sir and Shri Vikas Malhotra sir. Good morning to you, and namaste, and good evening from India. Ji.
Yeah, good morning. Vikasi, would you like to start or?
Good evening. Thank you. I will take the role number one, is what I will say in this session. I wanted to let you know that a couple of weeks ago, Shri Vijayji mentioned to all of us that he purchased an electric vehicle, those who were actually on board with this webinar as well. So when I saw the list of the things that was happening in the event, there's a lot, and all of those are heading towards the future. So somewhere when we have, like the list of the things to discuss, to invest, there's a lot of potential in the automobile sector as well. And as Chitraji just said, it is not limited to, there can be so much of more expansion. And as we said, as both of us said last week as well, the more participation we get from people within India and people overseas, the more fruitful, the more beneficial it is going to be to the whole world. And the best thing is, most of those investments, which is happening on the 13th and the 14th of January 2024, are looking forward in a human life, where are we heading? So let's balance the act of thinking, all of us. Let's see, why are all these topics chosen? They are because there's a huge potential in those. We are very strongly saying to all our friends NRIs and to all our friends within India that when you're thinking of the investment, you don't get platforms like these. On one platform, you've got various experts, various walks of life, various professional engagements are happening on those 2 days. It is not only just about going to a convention and hearing about what the others have to say. These are plenary sessions. This is going to be followed with a network luncheon. This is going to be followed with a networking. This is going to be an amalgamation of the thought processes brought on a common platform. It's a very serious thing. And I would kindly request all of those who are potential participants and those, don't be on the fence. Please don't be on the fence. Just register, go for it, and show your participation, show your value, show what you're bringing and what you're going to gain out of those 2 days. And most of those, if we go back to the list, most of the things are heading towards the future. I have not seen, I've been attending almost in the last 12 months, I must have attended maybe 12 conferences by now. Not even one talks about drones. Here we are speaking, here we're going to talk about drones. So think about it, that we are talking about the cyber, we are talking about how security plays a very important part. And there is a separate session on that. That is amazing. I love the list. I want to really give an applaud to the whole organizing, like the organizing committee is not the word I wanted to use. I wanted to use some other word. I would like to say organizing experts to put forward, compile a list, something like this. So, and then of course, Chandigarh also will offer you pre and post tours. It's not only about 13th and 14th. You got to see the Sukna Lake, you got to see the rock garden. The city, beautiful, has a lot of things to offer. So very strongly, the message is very wide and clear. Go and participate. You are only going to gain. You're not going to lose even an iota of your second of your time. You're only going to gain. Vijayji, back to you.
Thank you very much, Vikas. Very well put. And like Chitraji said, city beautiful. The city itself is beautiful. When you will land there, you'll see everything that is beautiful. And in addition to that, to add, Sone pe Suhaga, that's what they say. To add to that, we have a convention of 2 full days, which is being organized in an excellent way. And coming back to your comment on the electric vehicles, I would like to add that just last week, the CFO of Tesla is an Indian who has been appointed, and he is an Indian who works in India for Tesla. And Tesla is going in a very big way in India. So automobile sector, the way you have said, Vikasji, is certainly progressing very well. And you can imagine if a company like Tesla, which is going to be the next generation for the vehicles, because I personally experienced Tesla, and I am so happy that I'm driving that vehicle, because first of all, I'm not polluting the environment. Secondly, we have the facility of filling up our own gas, which is the electricity, into our vehicle. During the night when you are asleep, you just time it and it does. I'm just giving you a small example of what we have in the future. Now, investment has no limits. It all depends on where you can really see the benefit for you. If you are in the automotive industry, sky is the limit, because especially if you are going in the EV sector, there's the electronic vehicles and environmentally free vehicle sectors of the automobile industry. That, especially in country like India, which is going to be the next superpower of the world, as well as the next investment hub for the world. We have to make sure that, from our side, this part of the world and other parts of the world, which I'm trying my best as the NRI chairman for overseas affairs, I'm trying to bring in a number of different sectors into the event, especially banking and investments. This is a very important sector, and I've seen that there's a special session in two parts, on the first day as well as on the second day. And there are people who really want to invest, because end of the day, the investment comes only through the banking sector and the financial sector. So that is a very important part of the whole event, and we are fortunate that we have that. So in addition to that, now these are the not just the two limited sectors that we are talking about. Chitraji has shown a big list of uh, things that we are going to discuss, and I was just thinking in my mind, oh my God, will 2 days be sufficient? Because the list is so big. We have 8 states. So, it is going to be a very, very, very huge area where people can gain not only necessarily in their sectors, but also know more about the other sectors, and investors, especially who look for a good investment, will have the opportunity to weigh between the sectors and then come to a decision. So excellent. Kudos to, like you said, to the whole organizing experts and the strategists who have put all this thing together. And I'm very excited. Like I used the word excited last week also. I'm very excited, just waiting for the days to come closer and closer, and see more and more people attending. And my request, just like you said, Vikas Ji, is hold your place right now. Means there is no limitation on space, but then, register first, so that that gives you your commitment and you're sure that you're attending that, and this is becomes a very important part of your calendar. So kindly do that. I am excited and I'm waiting just for the days to come. And back to you, Chitraji, if you need to add anything or ask anything, if anyone needs to know.
Definitely, sir. And thanks for the motivation words from both of you. And this is really, really inspiring. And thank you for giving us few more areas, Vikas sir. And we'll definitely put into that. So there is a question I would like to ask. It has been asked that what is your opinion as far as education and renewable energy investment is concerned in India? How much you are hopeful, both of you, this question is for both of you. So how much you are hopeful that these particular two sectors, education skills and renewable energy, will bring?
Okay, let me I can talk about both the sectors, but Vikas ji, I'll speak on renewable energy. And if you would like to speak on education, please let me know. Otherwise, I can continue with both.
Yes,
Renewable, so can I go ahead with the renewable energy?
yes, please.
Renewable energy is actually a source which comes from the sun. And a country like India, where we are a tropical country, we have immense amount of sun all through the year, and there is no time where you don't have the. And I actually have been part of a number of renewable energy projects here. I have been to China for that, and I've seen that you do not really require a huge amount of energy for the solar panels to get charged. Even 3 or 4 hours of sunlight in a day can do. And that's why even in places like Canada, where we do not have sunlight all through the day, but even in winter we do have some few hours, and that is sufficient to bring back the energy that is there in the panels. So renewable energy is a very big sector, and in India there are huge mega projects that have been already established by Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, where the power is going to be supplied to in various states and various entities through the renewable energy projects. And this particular sector should be looked upon by everyone coming into India to on the 13th and 14th as the sector that they would like to invest, and especially the investors that I am talking to, I will definitely ask them to look at these two sectors. One is the renewable energy. In fact, it is three: renewable energy, the electronic vehicles, and the third one is the education. Of course, education, I will leave it to Vikas ji to say. But these sectors, and of course, the banking sector, I've already said that it is huge. So about education, if you'd like to say something, I can add after that.
Sure. So to educate is to make the awareness, and India is potentially known all over the world. I'm not going to even talk only about the modern times. It is coming right from the ancient Indian, and the world knows about it. We take a lot of pride back. Like the whole goal is to educate every single state within India. Kerala, when I was there in India, was the #1 state that it's got 100% literacy rate. So there's a huge amount of potential in this sector as well. How? There is a potential not only just by building schools and building universities and all, there's a lot of vocational studies. There's a lot of potential in spreading the awareness to educate others in various forms. You could open even a toddler school, you can even open a big university. It is a huge scale. Now, we also got to think that the background where the Indian education comes from is from long many years, and it is very strong. The fundamentals, the basics are very, very strong. Most of us already know that we have things like NCRT, ICSE board, CBSE board. These are formulated by the government for last many years, and now the our honorable PMG is also made a change into the new curriculum and added a lot of things, modified a lot of things. So to educate is definitely very, very big sector. Just not in words, it's got a huge potential over there. Now, also, when we educate anybody, what we are imparting our knowledge is actually eventually going to be as a part of the investment, because you got to have an infrastructure to do so. And one thing is very true in this sector: the only constant in this whole world is a change. We got constant, everything has to change, but the change word itself is a constant. It's going to be there throughout. We got to change our minds. We got to think wide. We got to go and to education and to bring it on the table. And of course, the investment goes hand in hand with that as well, whatever form it is. Vijay, back to you.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'll just give a concluding remark that I have seen the list of all the 8 states, the various sectors in which they would like to promote their states. And not even a single state does not have education. Every state has education. At the top of the list is education. And education is Gyan. Without Gyan, you are a Gyani. And certainly knowledge is something that can be gained only through education, and education is a very important sector. And it's good that so much of focus is being given by it, not only by the states but also by the center and the vision of the Prime Minister, so which will enable everybody to go forward with great vigor. Back to you, Chitra.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And definitely with good investment, there will be many improvement opportunities for the states. So this is for today's discussion. And we're very thankful to both the guests that you have given your valuable inputs for the same. We'll meet next week once again and discuss another aspect of this particular convention. Till then, take care of yourself and Keep thinking, keep learning, keep growing. Thank you.